in top universities in the States to come back. But that also gave me the reality, and walking into the little factories, to say without energy, an economy cannot be competitive.
With the conflict still ongoing, Yumkela felt his impact to be limited. After a year and a half, he left the government and returned to the US, this time as a teacher.
I resigned, went back straight to the classroom. 2 weeks later, I was teaching, but I felt like a free man. That's what academia does for you. You think freely, because we had what we called academic freedom.
While he felt good to be back at school, he looks at his government service as educational as well.
It was a good experience, and I tell you, my year and a half in Sierra Leone, in those difficult circumstances, probably was just as good as my 6 years trying to get a PhD.
But academic life did not last long, and Yumkela moved again, this time to the United Nations in New York. It was 1996, just 3.5 years after leaving his government position in Freetown. Here, he spent the next 2 decades rising through the ranks before eventually becoming Director General of UNIDO.
I joined the United Nations in 1996. It was a different culture. Here, they were not interested in how many papers you had reviewed. They were interested in simple policy language. What does it mean for the guy who is not an economist? So it took a while to learn the language of the UN, to learn the style of the UN. But I can tell you this, still today, 17.5 years in the UN, people see me, I have never really behaved as a typical bureaucrat. On the one hand, I facilitate discussions. I don't sit at a table. My staff know that the thing I hate in a meeting is to sit in one place talking down to people. I interact. That's from academia. That's what I learned as a teacher.
At UNIDO, Yumkela has been the driving force in many power projects around the world. In Rwanda, a lack of electricity in remote rural areas of the mountainous country is hampering development plans. It's estimated that only 6% of the Rwandan population has access to electricity. Thanks to UNIDO, the country is now pioneering the construction of small-scale hydroelectric projects as an affordable and green solution to the problem. In Kabere in the country's north, for example, it's now easier for the local health clinic to store medicine at the right temperature and sterilize equipment more efficiently.
Open your computers, okay? Open your computers.
And in education, electricity has set learning alight. The 1,600 children at Kitabura School have been selected to take part in the One Child, One Laptop program. These children are learning new skills, skills useful for the 21st century.
Puisque nous avons l'électricité, la qualité de l'éducation sera améliorée, puisque notre élèves ont accès à l'Internet. Comme ça, nous allons avec la technologie d'aujourd'hui.
Previously, we thought we would take electricity where demand is. But we have realized that when we take electricity there, we create demand. So where we have managed to connect electricity, where we have managed to put those mini hydros, lives of the people have changed significantly. You could see people started putting some salons, hair salons, small industries. They have started, they understood now what is having electricity. And then they have created that demand. In other areas, we have some places where people have joined their hands, they have put the money together. Now they are requesting to put plants, the hydropower plants in their villages.
Back home, Yumkela wants to bring the benefits of mini hydro projects to Sierra Leoneans too. A project on the Bankosoka River was developed by UNIDO, with construction being undertaken by a Chinese firm.
6 years ago, UNIDO identified this site as a potential location.